back and coming up cruiserweight competition in a non-title matchup with Mr. Monday Night, Rob Van Dam, locking horns with the RWL Cruiserweight Champion, Gary Galaxy.
That ain't their first mix-up, but when these two get together, man, it is fire. And I said it, fire.
The next non-title contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing 234 pounds, Rob Van Dam.
Whether you know him as Mr. Monday Night, the whole damn show, or whatever, Rob Van Dam has been, and remains, an icon in the world of pro wrestling. Former ECW Tag Champion with the legendary Sabu, one of the pioneering ECW originals, once managed by Bill Alfonso, and as part of the Legends division here in our WL, RVD still packs in the fans, and those fans, as you can hear, make lots of noise when RVD comes down that ramp.
As far as our WL goes, Rob Van Dam has clashed with a vast number of big-time stars like the Great Muta, Booker T, Ricochet, Tony Dangerous, and several more. But there's a certain tension between RVD and Cruiserweight Champion Gary Galaxy. And their previous encounter was about as wild as you could expect, so it was just a matter of time before they ended up banging heads again tonight, and they are gonna burn up that ring for sure.
His opponent, accompanied by Sylvia Strong from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing 196 pounds, the RWL Cruiserweight Champion, the prototype, Gary Galaxy.
Sylvia's advised Gary Galaxy to waste no time shutting RVD down quickly, so as to not give the man an excuse to even ask for a Cruiserweight title match with Gary. So the plan is, nip it in the bud and cut out the cancer before it grows and spreads. With Gary already sporting a win over Rob Van Dam, the prototype is going onto this match with heaps of confidence that he can make that happen.
Okay, but there's another guy on the other side of the ring that might not necessarily agree. Willie Johnson rings the bell. They come center ring. Rob Van Dam swings and misses a couple of times. Gary Galaxy opens up with a series of shots and a spinning back fist. Gary locks up Rob Van Dam. Clothesline takes him down to the mat. There's a series of wrist clutch kicks to the ribs and a forearm, taking RVD right back down, but right back up against standing dropkick takes Gary Galaxy down. And already this one's starting to get fiery. Rob Van Dam connects with a kick and another. Gary counters, locks him up. Another clothesline that takes Rob Van Dam right back down again. A stomp to the shoulder. The prototype countered Rob Van Dam back up on his feet. Gary charges and a running kick that takes Rob Van Dam right back down again. This one's gotten nuts right away. Wow. Series of hard shots and another spinning back fist. Gary off the ropes and wow, okay. I don't think he really realized how far away Rob Van Dam was. Goes behind, German suplex. Sylvia Strong watching the prototype real careful. Driving knees into the head of Rob Van Dam. Gary Galaxy coming out real aggressive in this one. The Cruiserweight champ nails Rob Van Dam with another series of shots, a driving knee to the midsection, and an axe kick. Oh man, right to the back of the head, and whoa! Top rope moonsault across the back of Rob Van Dam. Gary Galaxy, mounted punches, hard right hands, and a stomp to the midsection. And goes right back. Now a series of hard lefts, followed up with yet another stomp to the midsection, and Rob Van Dam has already been busted open. Gary Galaxy going all the way topside. Double boot stomp right into the guts of Rob Van Dam. Another set of shots to the back, a kick to the face, and man, the Cruiserweight champion Gary Galaxy really starting to pull away here and really sticking it to Rob Van Dam. Torturing the arm and shoulder, drives a couple of knees into the back of Rob Van Dam. Gary Galaxy rounds him up. Hard whip to the rope, up and over. Well, that's a hard whip, all right. Up and over the top rope and out onto the floor. Gary slides on out right after him. Rob Van Dam counters with a couple of mounted punches. Grabs Gary Galaxy by the leg. Leg breaker. Right there from Rob Van Dam. Whoa, man, look at that standing moonsault by RVD. RVD rounds up Gary Galaxy again. Kick to the midsection from Gary. They lock it up again. And, oh, man, right into the barricade for Gary Galaxy. Rob Van Dam starting to open up here with a couple of shots. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Right into the barricade. That's just brutal. Hard kick to the midsection. Rob Van Dam rounds up Gary. Goes behind. German suplex. That was fast. Rob Van Dam, known for his speed, and his speed is amazing. Basement dropkick to the side of the head of Gary Galaxy. Rob Van Dam rounds him up again. Pitching him towards the ramp. And Rob Van Dam taking his ease right now as the referee starts the count on Gary Galaxy. Gary getting back up to his feet out there. Moves in. Tries to nail him with a couple of shots, but it doesn't work. Vertical suplex from Rob Van Dam. Gary back up on his feet. This is not going to be good right here. Flosswater out there on the floor. Missed that ring post by just a couple of inches. Rob Van Dam countered by Gary Galaxy. Van Dam pitches him towards the barricades again. Sylvia Strong watching, well, up close and personal. Whoa! Can't get much more up close and personal than that. Sylvia Strong said, let me get the hell out of here. Gary Galaxy with mounted, man, he is just administering a beatdown to Rob Van Dam on the outside as referee Willie Johnson continues to count. A driving knee to the midsection and another axe kick out there on the floor. Face first into the mat goes RVD. Gary Galaxy decides to step out, roll himself back inside the ring. Rob Van Dam seeing the pretty birdies and hearing the pretty stars. And yes, I said that exactly that way. I know exactly what I said. Goes behind. Rob Van Dam pitch towards the timekeeper now. Everybody's getting involved. Referees, timekeepers, managers, well, it don't get much more up close and personal than this. Another axe kick from Gary Galaxy right in front of the timekeeper and the bell ringer, man. Wow. Forearm to the side of the head of Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam swings and misses. Another running knee from Gary Galaxy. Man, referee's count still continuing here as Gary Galaxy rounds up Rob Van Dam, locks him up, pitches him towards the far corner on the outside, rolls himself back inside the ring. Referee continuing to count Rob Van Dam. Oh man, look at this. Gary Galaxy said, I'm going to break the count. We'll start it all over again. Rounds up Rob Van Dam. A series of shots and kicks and elbows and woohoo! Down goes RVD again. Gary Galaxy drives a wrist clutch knee into the head of Rob Van Dam. Gary rounds him up again. Again, Rob Van Dam in big trouble here. Pitch towards, right into the 11. Rob Van Dam says, no you don't. Drag and screw. Gary Galaxy rounded back up to his feet. And a jawjacker. Wow, he went down hard. Okay. Rob Van Dam pitches Gary Galaxy again towards the opposing far corner barricade. Makes his way back inside. Referee still counting again. Rob Van Dam sits himself up on the top turnbuckle. Probably not a smart thing to do. Takes himself right back down. Kick to the midsection. Takes Gary right back down. Stomp to the midsection. RVD countered by Gary Galaxy with an elbow. Gary locks him up. Drives a knee into the head of GTS right there. Wow. Hard right spins Rob Van Dam around. He's got him up over the shoulders. Drives the knee into the head again. Another GTS goes for the cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Whoa. Okay, that was as near a near fall as you're ever going to get. That was 2.999er. Gary Galaxy all the way up on the top turnbuckle, waiting for Rob Van Dam to stand himself on up. Boom! Fist drop. Takes him right back down. Wow, that was a nasty one. Rob Van Dam counters with a kick to the head, gets back up on his feet, moves in on Gary Galaxy, hits him right into the corner. Rob Van Dam with a knee to the back, and an elbow to the throat. Gary Galaxy might be stunned right here as Rob Van Dam drags him center ring. Look at this, rebound off the ropes, and there's the Rolling Thunder from Rob Van Dam. RVD up on the top rope. Is it time? Yep, 5-star. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Gary Galaxy finds his way out again. I told you these two are nuts when they get together. RVD drops a knee into the back of Gary Galaxy. Gary charges. Counters Rob Van Dam. Drives the shot to the midsection. Gary escorts Rob Van Dam to the far corner. Head first into the turnbuckle. Sits him up on the top turnbuckle. Look at this. Whoa, what a suplex off the top rope from the Prototype. I don't think I've ever seen him do that one before. Wow. Gary Galaxy with Rob Van Dam laid out center ring. And he is just biding his time deciding what he's going to do next. If he's going to move or he's going to wait for Rob Van Dam to stand himself back on up. But Rob Van Dam is counting the ring lights right now. Gary Galaxy a little indecisive as to what he wants to do. Wait a minute, here we go. Rob Van Dam standing himself back up. Gary Galaxy right there waiting for him, but he waited too long. Procrastination is the thief of time, Gary. Rob Van Dam hangs him up in the tree of woe. Gary Galaxy with a boot in his throat from Rob Van Dam. Gary charges. There's a spear. Boom. Down goes Rob Van Dam, and here's a cover. 1, 2, 3. That one wraps up pretty quick. Gary Galaxy taking out Rob Van Dam in a fiery matchup.
The time, 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Gary Galaxy.
Well, there's no kidding. That one was definitely a battle and a half, but the Prototype, Gary Galaxy, coming up with the win, much to the delight of Sylvia Strong. And wow, when these, like I said, when these two get together, it is always fire. And man, was it ever. Rob Van Dam, again, giving Gary Galaxy a pretty good run for his money, but in the end, it winds up being the Prototype, the Cruiserweight champ, getting the 1-2-3 pinfall over Rob Van Dam. And we'll be back. And when we do come back, it's going to be the Freak and the Wild Thing, the Psychedelics in tag team action. Stay with us.